Lesson 119 is about metric volume conversions. First, we want to convert 1,451,600 milliliters to liters. Now, the key part of this problem is knowing that milli means thousand. So if we know that, we know there's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. Well, if there's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter, then this number, if we convert it to liters, must be 1,000 times smaller. So if it's 1,000 times smaller, well, that would mean we'd have to move the decimal point 3 zeros to the left. If we moved it 3 zeros to the left, we get 1,451.6 liters, and we'd have our final answer. Now there is another way to do this problem. We can use unit multipliers. We could say we have 1,451,600, and that's milliliters, over 1, because we're using unit multipliers. We're going to convert to liters, so we're going to say milliliters on bottom, liters on top. That way our liters, our milliliters will cancel. We have 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter, so we come to our answer. It's going to be 1,451,600 over 1,000. Our answer is in liters. Now when we have a problem like this and we've got over 1,000, that's a multiple of 10, we could box it for our answer and our full credit, but it would be easier just to go ahead and move the decimal point 3 to the left, because we're dividing, so it must get smaller. So we get 1,451.6 liters, just as we had before. We've got our answer. We can go ahead and move on to the next question. Next, we want to convert 40 cubic meters to cubic centimeters. Now if we're going to take 40 cubic meters and turn it into cubic centimeters, let's say we've got 40 cubic meters, that must be 40 meters times meters times meters. That's all over 1. We're going to convert it to cubic centimeters, so we're going to have 3 unit multipliers. And we're going to go meters on the bottom each time, centimeters in the numerator. And the key thing we need to know is that there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. We'll do that 3 times. Using a unit multiplier for this problem is nice because our meters cancel 3 times. And we're going to be left with our answer in cubic centimeters, which is right. And we're going to get 40 times 100 times 100 times 100. We could also say 40 times 100 to the 3rd power. These answers would both get you full credit as long as you put centimeters cubed on both of them, or cubic centimeters. But this one wouldn't be too hard to turn into our full number written out because it's all powers of 10. And we'd get 4 times 1, that's 4. And then you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. So we'll add them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to be cubic centimeters. So this one, you've got the choice. The multiplication doesn't take you very long, so you could multiply everything out and get your number written out. Or you could leave it in terms of what you're multiplying. Let's look at our next example. Here we have to convert 1,400 cubic meters to liters. Now this problem looks a little bit more challenging. What we need to do in order to do this problem is to figure out how we're going to go from cubic meters to liters. Now in order to do this, what we're going to have to do is go from cubic meters to cubic centimeters, and then we're going to go to liters. And we'll talk about how we do that as we go. So we've got 1,400 cubic meters. So that's meters times meters times meters. That's all over 1. We're going to multiply by 3 unit multipliers that get rid of the meters. Then we're going to have 3 unit multipliers to help us get rid of the cubic centimeters. Then we'll come to our answer. So we must have meters, meters, meters on bottom to cancel out the meters. And we have cubic centimeters on top, or centimeters. we have them 3 times to give us that cubic. There's 100 centimeters in 1 meter each time. And then we can go ahead and cancel out our meters. Meters cancel, and meters cancel. Now what we have to do is go from cubic centimeters to liters. And if we're going to go from cubic centimeters to liters, it would make sense to have these 3 here. But there's an easier conversion that we can use that only requires one of them. So let's erase if you had that before. And the conversion that we have is that there are 1,000 cubic centimeters in 1 liter. Make sure you get this piece in your notes as well, because it's an important part that we'll see again. So if we use that, we're going to have centimeters on the bottom, and we're going to have cubic centimeters. We're going to have liters on top. We've got 1 liter for 1,000 cubic centimeters. And now our cubic centimeters will cancel. Centimeters to the 3rd power on top now will cancel with our centimeters to the 3rd on bottom. And our answer is going to have to be, well, we've got 1,400 times 100 times 100 times 100, all divided by 1,000. Now, for this, we could go ahead and we could simplify our answer if we wanted to. If we wanted to simplify our answer, well, we've got 14 times 1, that's 14. Then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 zeros. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 zeros. We can add in our commas. We're going to divide that by 1,000. Since we're dividing by 1,000, we can cancel 3 zeros on both of our numbers. And we've got our final answer. We've got, well, it looks like 1,400,000. 1,400,000. And we need a label. Well, liters is what's left over. Capital L is liters. We can go ahead and box this, and then we move on to our next question. Lesson practice will be on page 376. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.